In fact, I kind of want to record something now that I can put at the beginning of it that'll just drive away anyone who isn't ready for this. Hey, Keith, how many flesh-eating slugs do you think we can shove up your ass before you come out your penis?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Casey Chalka on that one.
Okay. Sarah, how many worms do you think we can fit in your eye sockets before you come out your penis?
I don't have a penis.
What?
Shocking.
Starting. Oh fuck! It's on. What do we do? Oh god! Oh god! I'm breaking down, guys. I'm so nervous.
Okay.
Sounds like a you problem.
Hey,
All right.
fuckface.
I guess I should introduce the show. I've never done a podcast before.
Introduce us, fuckface.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tales from the Fic, starring me, Frank, and Keith.
Yeah.
God, this is a mess.
Hey, I'll fucking whack you.
All right, okay. I think I should just plan this better. All right, I'll say welcome to Tales from the Fic, and I'll say like I'm your host, Frank Margarella, and with me is, and then Keith, you say your name, and Sarah, you say your name. Then we'll just kind of introduce ourselves a bit, and then we'll just kind of dive into it. Okay.
All right.
And while we're reading out our fan fictions and stuff, you guys are free to comment and interrupt, just point stuff out and laugh, whatever the hell. Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I'll start. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tales from the Fic, starring me, the star of the show, because I'm the best, Frank Margarella, and with me is...
Keith McIntyre. I'm happy to be here, Frankie baby.
Love you too, Huggy Tran. And...
Sarah, I'm very tired.
Sarah is very tired. Sarah, why are you very tired?
I had to get up at 7 this morning, and I went to bed at 2:30.
Was it about cat?
Fuck me.
Yeah, I get up at like 10 a.m. and I feel that's tiring.
You and me both, man. You and me both.
Sarah, so is that have anything to do with the cat skeletons?
No, I had the skeletal practical on Friday. I was just staying up and painting a jacket for my costume.
And skinning cats and hanging the skeletons in your dorm?
No, I mean, I live in a house now.
Oh, sorry, yeah, that's right. You don't have a dorm. You have a house.
I was very close to actually buying a cat skeleton, but those are probably expensive.
You can get those at Walmart, right?
Only in the dumpster.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're going to put their cat skeletons. All right, so I guess I should explain what this show is. This is Tales from the Fic, where we write intentionally terrible fan fiction and read them out and try and do it in a straight face. And at the end of the show, we tend to find a fan fiction on the internet and just make fun of it, really. That's pretty much it.
Well, don't we also, if we feel like it, write our own bad fanfics?
Oh, that's the point. That's what we're doing. We each write our own bad fan fictions, and then at the end of the show, we read one out that we find on the internet. Did I completely miscommunicate this to you guys?
Nope. I just enjoy fucking with you.
All right, great. Oh, whew. I almost had to burn my computer and start over from scratch. All right. So, I guess I'll start. Our topic for today, and I guess we're just going to go by topics for the most part, is I wanted to be topical. You know, just what the hip and cool kids are up to. So I picked Guardians of the Galaxy for our first topic. And here is my fan fiction, The Guardians of the Galsexy. Hi, Gomorrah. I am a Star-Lord, said Star-Lord, who is also Peter Quill. I want to do a sex on you, be a cool as I am a cool guy. No, I'd rather not, because I'm saving myself for someone better, replied Gomorrah coolly. That's okay, said Peter Quill, who was Star-Lord. I will get a handjob from Vin Diesel's Groot character. And then Groot began stroking Peter Star-Lord Quill's penis, saying, I am horny Groot. And then their best friend and newest and best member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, Frank Margarella, also known as Star King, walked onto the ship. Oh, it is Frank, our best friend, said Gomorrah. I want to have sex with you because you are a Star King and not a Star-Lord, which makes you better, said Frank. Nebula walked on the ship and said that she and Gomorrah should sexually please me, which is great because Karen Gillan is a really hot redhead.
Well then.
Sexed Frank with the robot bits and vaginas until I was edging. Oh, I am coming, shouted Frank. But you are already here, said Dave Bautista, which is funny because he doesn't understand metaphors. Frank made a coming all over everyone. Star Peter, Lord Quill, Gomorrah, Nebula, Groot, Drax, and even Rocket Raccoon, who is there now. It was really sticky and most of them didn't like it. The end. Any critical judgments? Anything I should work on here, guys, to improve my writing palette?
Oh, that was a beautiful troll fic. I hope we don't have any real fans listening.
I hope we never get any fans, really.
You really captured their characters.
I'd be ashamed of anyone who is a fan of this. All right, Keith, would you like to go next?
I would. All right. This one is called simply Rocket X Groot. So Rocket was walking down the corridor, singing little raccoon songs to himself, when he felt a very large crash on the back of his head, and everything went black. He woke up in a small room with Groot standing over him, saying, I'm Groot. And,
of course he did.
Yeah, Rocket Raccoon felt the rough bark on his nether regions. And the bark just kept scraping his nether regions, and it hurt really bad.
Just scraping. It's like, ah, fuck!
Just so. When suddenly, the door to the spaceship bursts open, and all you can hear coming down the corridor is, You my donkey! You my donkey!
Oh god.
And then bursts into the room open, and there's Shrek.
Oh god, no.
And he takes Groot in his big, meaty, ogre hands. Then he leans close to the strapped-down Rocket and says, You my donkey. And then placing his meaty hands on Rocket's side, Rocket feels the greatest pain he's ever known as Shrek thrusts his meaty ogreness into him again and again and again. And then just as Shrek finishes, he leans and says, Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
Ah, the classic.
And then flies off into the wild blue yonder. And then Rock and says, Hail Gardevoir!
Is that it? Did you cut out there?
That's it. That's it.
I gotta say, I did not see the Shrek coming. Although I'm sure Rocket did. Sarah, any critical judgments on this abomination?
That was Shrek showing up as quite the plot twist.
I think it should be every plot twist. Like Bruce Willis was Shrek the whole time.
Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
I would love it if in The Sixth Sense Bruce Willis at the end of the movie just looks in the mirror and he's a big green fucking ochre. I can't believe it! This is what Shrek sounds like. Sarah, would you like to go next, my good friend?
Alright. Didn't really have time to write something.
Because you're too busy with those cat skeletons.
I'm gonna modify a very classic to fit this theme, and I think it'll work well.
Great.
Hi, my name is Ebony, Darkness, Dementia, Raven Way.
Oh God, it's this!
Gotta go with the classic.
I have long, ebony black hair, that's my name, purple streaks, and red tips that reaches my mid-back, and icy blue eyes with limpid tears, and a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee.
Sarah, I'm getting the feeling that you're trying to insert yourself into this story.
You might as well just name the character fucking Mary.
But I wish I was, because he's a major fucking hottie. I'm an alien, but my skin is white, and I look mostly human. I have pale white skin, and I'm also on the run with what people know as the Guardians of the Galaxy.
She wins. It doesn't matter anymore. She wins.
Sarah, you can keep going, but if you were to stop here, you would have been you're number one so far.
They let me join their group, even though I'm only 17. I guess it's because I'm so cool. You know, I'm a goth, not like a fucking prep. Okay, I'm just gonna stop there.
God. I think I would have maybe had a minor aneurysm.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Was it just too much, Sarah?
Actually converting my immortal to, like, fit any theme is kind of funny.
Yeah, it is.
I think you should just have a My Immortal weekly.
Like,
one day we can adapt into Harry Potter.
Where we read different sections of My Immortal.
Have it fit Batman, and then have it fit D&D. Just throw it into everything.
Yes. I have a suggestion. I know originally we were going to do just by rotation.
Yeah.
But I think it would be pretty cool is if whoever has the best fanfic as voted by the three of us gets to choose the next topic.
All right. I'm down with that. Sarah, you get to choose the next topic. Do Pokemon.
Hold on. This is going to be a weekly thing or a monthly thing?
Whenever we can record, really. We don't have a set schedule.
All right.
Well,
Well,
try for week.
let's
Yeah,
honor the holidays and make it very amusing, and let's make it kind of scary.
Oh boy.
Having vampires, and by vampires I mean Twilight.
The hell? Is someone trying to break into my car? No. Okay. Sorry, my car was going off. I was robbed earlier this week.
Aww.
Oh,
All right. So, shall I read the one I found on the internet?
all
Yeah.
right.
I found this one on fanfiction.net. This one is titled Wet Dream by Don't Be a Zombie. He's a Shakespearean, I'm assuming. So I I found this by searching on fanfiction.net for less than 1,000 words, mature rating, romance, and just by rating. So I would look for some of the lowest rating shit. This is it. Oh, here's the description of the fanfiction. Peter Quill is suffering from sleep deprivation for reasons that are less than sympathetic or innocent. Peter thrashed his hips in his sleep, pumping his muscles aggressively, his hard dick making a tent in his boxers while the tip was wet with pee. He hummed. Whatever he had been dreaming of was giving him huge pleasure. He hadn't had a wet dream like this since he was a teenager, and bringing girls home was impossible. Ah! He breathed loudly in his sleep. He tugged the pillow tight to himself and biting it on occasion. He moaned, almost shouting. His balls twitched. He was getting close. He lowered his pillow so it was against his pumping erection. He was practically singing in his sweet terrain voice. Terrain voice. Rocket! He shouted as his cock burst with cum. His eyes shot open at the sudden heightened pleasure. It was enough to take him out of his dream, slowly realizing he had been dreaming, and had administered a great deal of cum into his shorts and on his pillow. How'd he get it on his pillow?
Must have been quite a load.
just shot it, and he managed to just roll out of the way in time. Because he is Star-Lord.
Well, you don't want to shoot yourself in the head.
No, he's clearly trained for this. Through heavy breathing, he rolled onto his back, panting hard as he wiped his sweaty face. His heart was beating 1,000,000 miles a minute. I don't think that's the proper vernacular. He cursed. Reaching to his bedside, he grabbed a handkerchief. Lifting his hips, he pulled his briefs off, tossing the soiled bottoms and pillow to the floor. Honestly, I don't think Peter Quill's the kind of person to wear briefs. He's more of a boxers guy. I would assume.
I see him being commando.
Yeah, he seems like the guy who would sleep commando.
Yeah. Got a good point there. He began wiping off his dick as he squinted towards the clock that read 5:23 a.m.
I didn't know they had AM or PM in space.
Yeah, it's kind of relative, really. And also, with space-time and twin paradox, it wouldn't do you any good to have a clock on your ship.
No joke.
Damn, not much time to sleep now, he thought. But at least the others were likely sleeping, so his horny shouting would go unnoticed. He bit his lip. His dick was getting hard again. The cloth felt good on his skin. Oh, he looked worried. But at the same time, he was completely aroused. His urges were getting worse. Tilting his head back, his mind went to that rascally raccoon that only a short time ago had become his partner in guarding the galaxy. Name drop. Along with 3 others. He didn't know why he felt the need to pull out his horn every time Rocket came to mind. He wasn't even attractive. Not really. He was a little hairy animal, Peter told himself, although he knew Rocket would have chopped his dick off if he had heard it. He stroked his thumb over his tip, the making his skin slick. He wanted to moan, but he felt he should try keeping some control over himself. As the pressure in his groin grew, his hand tightened also, squeezing at the rod as his hand ran up and down it. He put his free hand over his face, ashamed as he gritted his teeth, cheeks getting red. I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit here. Peter's jerking was at its peak. He stroked and squeezed it, frustrated that he couldn't have the real thing, but still incredibly provoked by the mere thought. Rocket! He shouted, deciding it was more real when he was vocal. You like my fucking dick, don't you, Rocket? He snarled, his thrusting motions getting faster, his hips swayed, rolling as he fucked the air where Rocket's asshole should have been, oh god. You want my special filling, don't ya? He almost laughed. What he wanted to say to Rocket he found truly embarrassing. Maybe it was so late that his mind no longer had any shame. He clenched his teeth, jaw locked as he burst apostrophe S away a water balloon after being stabbed. Long strings of cum came shooting from his tip, his balls tight as that pressure began to release. His toes curled as cum landed on his shirt, which was drenched in his sweat. So he's really got to clean that one. His humping slowly died down, though his pleasure lingered in his groin a little longer. He swung his legs over the bedside, taking off his shirt and rubbing a hand over his sweaty, shiny body, his now limp dick between his legs, which is where you would expect it to be, really. There was no chance he would be getting a good night's rest now. He may as well shower, suddenly wishing he had a better mental image of what a wet and dripping Rocket looked like. The end.
Well then.
Yeah, that was very special.
Man.
So, well, we hope no one comes back after this, really, because if they do, they're mentally ill.
Well, I mean, that's why I think we're going to get a lot of Shattered.
Most likely, yes. Well, that's enough for this week, folks. I'm Frank Margarella, and this has been Tales from the Fic, the only podcast that focuses solely on fan fiction and terrible ones at that. You can follow me at Frank Margarella, MarGarella, on Twitter, and my website is turtlecade.com. Keith, what do you have to promote, you son of a bitch?
My name is Keith McIntyre, and my Twitter, at least that I use, is the Shattered at shatteredhuman.queer.com. I am a musician. I am a poet. You can find my music at soundcloud.com/PreacherCasey. We're on Facebook.com/PreacherCasey. I will have an album out here pretty soon, so be looking for that. Also, I'm looking forward to hopefully putting together spoken word albums with a friend of mine, so be looking for that as well.
Cool.
My name is Sarah, and you will know nothing else about me.
She's very mysterious. Very mysterious.
Oh.
All right, well, fuck off. End the show. Go home. You're unloved. Hey people, Frank Margarella here. No, I'm not trying to ask for money for Patreon. We're not that horrible yet. We might do it in the future. You never know. I just want to get some final credits out of the way. The royalty-free music that you heard during our podcast, except for the intro bit, was by Kevin McLeod. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. McLeod. Whatever, he's a fine musician. He has a website called Incompetech. That's INCOMPETECH.com, where he has royalty-free music for anyone to download and use in anything they want. If you want to follow him on Twitter, that's at KMacLeod, MacLeod. And I already gave you his website. Whatever, shut up. What do you want from me, huh? Who do you think you are? The intro music is from the game Danganronpa. It's a very good game on the Vita. If I were you, I would definitely go out and buy that game the first chance you get. I don't remember what the song was. Something with Monokuma in the title. That's about it. Your hosts today were me, Frank Margarella, Keith McIntyre, and Sarah, whose last name I don't think she wants me to admit to anyone yet. Thank you, and have a good night. Really use some drugs. I want to get some drugs.